All right. Here we go. Yep. Okay. Okay. I know. I know it's 9:15. I know. I didn't think I was going to be back, but I think it's a I know it's a big story. I know it's a big story. Thank you, Robin. Robin is just killing it, isn't she? Absolutely just killing it. All right, folks. It's Saturday night, but there it is. It is now posted on depetro.com. We found him. There he is. And I heard shame on those that wouldn't give me the name. I want to thank I'll read it to you actually. And again, good evening everybody. Yeah, we're back. I didn't think we were going to be back, but we are back. Look at that. You know what makes my night? Wink Hawkins is now a supporter. Look at that. Telling you folks. When I was growing up in Edgewood, everybody wanted to be Winky Hawkins. All right. Well, Robin, we thank you, Roberta. Robin got there. All right. So, but I'll update you with everything, everybody. It's so disturbing, and especially now, I also want to explain that the reason I put the videos, of course, he's a no talent rapper, but the reason why I put the videos is so you could see just how big this guy is. And he's a big guy. He is. Um, I know someone, there's Donna. Hello, everyone again. So, folks, share that you're watching, and especially if you know someone at um, connected to Rhode Island Hospital. So, and I want to walk you through how we put it together. And I really want to thank folks. I'll tell you, I get to work with like unbelievable people like um, Bethany Carlo, who is fantastic. Like everybody has their strengths, and I want to read you a quote in just a moment, but I really don't want to play his music other than I thought it was important that you could see the size of him, and especially that tattoo is really significant. I understand some people don't get. Sometimes if I point out that someone has a very identifiable tattoo, people don't understand. Like the tattoo people don't understand. Why does he mention? Because it's very identifiable. There's a difference if someone says, I think that was the person. When someone says, I know that was the person because he's got these tattoos on his right side of his neck. If you've ever seen the movie Heat, there's that great scene where Tone Loc is with Vincent and they're in the nightclub and he's telling him that he knows who was the guy. He did time with him. A couple of years in Folsom. And he even says a lot of jailhouse tats. He's got a big ass peacock right here. The people that have tattoos, I just want you to understand. I've been in court. It's more powerful when the witness can say, because they say, how do you know that was the person? They say, I can tell from they had a tattoo right there. But I really want to thank folks. Obviously, we've been working on this now since I last left you on this Saturday night. Bethany Carlo. So you can see there he is, George Bauer, total zero, no talent, by the way. I want to be really clear. I put the videos, and one of them at the Hot Club. Who owns the Hot Club? Senator Josh Miller. You also see Minton Avenue. But you can see intake service center. You can see the charges against him and look at the charges at the bottom. This is all on depetro.com. We've done this all, I don't even know what time it is, 9:20. We've done this for the past hour since I signed off. 9/8, held without bail, charge pending. Non-ACI. He's at the psych unit at the ACI. 9/8, bail amount, 50,000, charge pending felony assault. So it's him. We tracked him down. Hateville High School. He's the one. Now, I've also learned, by the way, let me just double check something here. Again, um, a number of different people were helpful, but not everyone was helpful. I don't understand. I know some people like I don't want to get in trouble. Listen, we're going to bring this to light. I told you I was going to bring it to light. We're bringing it to light. Too bad. Good evening, all. All right, this. Hey, Miller. That's right, Joshua David. That's right. Thank you, Robin. There absolutely needs to be. It's terrible. There's Anthony again. I don't blame you, Donna. Although again, I don't want to. I don't know enough about security other than I'll say here's what I've learned. And again, folks, it's all on DePietro.com. So, and let me be very clear. I mean, I did have something else to do tonight, and I canceled because here was a couple things. Someone that dealt with him said, wild, insane, regular at this person had a business. Um, One of the few customers that made me feel uneasy. You don't forget someone like him. A complete whack job. Supposedly, that's right, from Massachusetts, right around 37, 6'2", 6'3". Um, really out of his mind. Would explode in the story, then come back and pretend he was like your best friend. Guy should have been locked up a while ago. Now, if you check DePietro.com, we're the only ones that have it. Here's a spoiler alert. Tomorrow we're going to be the only ones that have it. When let me do a Kreskin. When do you think, or Karnak? When do you think the rest will do? When they all go back to work on Monday? I don't care. It's important. And what's really important, and I already know that this is going to upset some of the people at the hospital. But are you ready for this? This is how he was described to me from someone at Rhode Island Hospital. Uh, Jane Brown, Fifth Ward is the psych unit. He was a loose cannon in a ticking time bomb. They all knew it. He started trouble in the psych ward with his roommate. This is the guy. This is the zero. I'm not going to play his music. I'm not going to play his music. I do have two of his videos here on DePietro.com. I'll tell you why, and you can mute it and play it. But I just want you to see the size of this guy. This is a big guy. This is a big guy. Let me just fast forward and get to. There's a part where, yeah, he's like standing in a road, and you can tell that's that's not it's kind of blurry. But anyway, he's got a polo shirt on. He's like 6'3". That's a big individual. I feel terrible again. Folks, just to first of all, thank you again, everyone who continues to support what we do. There's Vicky Diorio. That's right. Yeah, mental health. Thank you, Lori. Yep. Oh no, I've been having some suicidal thoughts. I don't know if I want to go to the ACI. I also heard, by the way, I forgot to mention, he's got COVID. Is that why he was locked up? I don't know. Okay, thank you, Felicia. But you could see in the video, he is. That's a big guy. That's a big guy. Oh yeah, that's right, Cassandra. I can't stand it, folks. And I don't mean to. I know some people. I hope Jane Rice is not upset because I called her out on that. Thank you, Joshua David. Why? I'm not protecting this guy. Can someone check? Is Jane Rice upset that I mentioned how she was saying speedy recovery for the poor man? I mean, he coded 7 times. I think that's tough. I, I'm telling you, Jacob, this guy, he's a nut. Listen, I'll go further. He's a zero. I heard his family has some money in Mass, so they must like float this lifestyle. He does have COVID. That's right. Look at that. There's another thing. I didn't put that in there, but I heard he does have COVID. Thank you, Angelo. Thank you, everybody. COVID dementia. Yeah, that's right, Cassandra. There are. But listen, that's he should have been. Yeah, that's right, Karen. Folks, I'll even say it's too early for this, but I feel like saying, a guy like that, let him find out how tough he is at the ACI, right? He thinks he's a tough guy. He unprovoked attacks and essentially beats to death this poor man who's there doing his job as a nurse. Hi there, Marianne. It's just disgraceful. Stop me. That's right, Rose. Your life would improve. Go to church. How about this? Find employment. Listen, by the way, he's a zero no ta- he's a no talent burnout. The name of his company is like All Weed Entertainment or something. I mean, he's a complete. Thank you, Carol. Hey, listen, I've been doing this all day, and it's worth it. And I had my mindset that we were going to find out who it is and name him. So let's put, this heinous act. We're not going to protect him. There's Cheryl Stern. The Sterns are here. That's right, Pat Rick. Yeah. Oh, good. Oh, real tough guy. Great. Guess what? Let's put him in a place where he can really find out if he's a tough guy. Right? He is. What a zero. Like, what a waste of life. These people, that's someone's son. That's someone's. He's a burnout zero whack job. And by the way, these people that do have mental problems, whatever we're supposed to call them now, mental challenges, whatever. You know what doesn't help? Chain smoking weed. That doesn't look what it did to Aaron Hernandez. I'm telling you, Lori, you never know. He could end up in Butler. What a complete loser. You have, they have been, Doreen. You have a man who is a dedicated healthcare worker, father. I hear just wonderful person, always upbeat. Unfortunately, this is the element that he has to deal with. You have the polar opposites, right? That's what you have with this. I'm telling you, Karen. I'm not going to mention, there's someone else that I heard that last fall, I won't mention any names, but this is someone who's arrested. And as soon as he got to ACI Intake Center, they said, now the new thing you got to check off. Are you having any suicidal thoughts? He immediately said, yes. You know why? He was afraid to be in Gen Pop. So they don't people understand they're using it as an excuse, right? Either you say that you're hearing voices or you're suicidal or you're going to the ACI. I'm hearing voices. I mean, it's like Jack Nicholson in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. That's right. There he is. Thank you, Pam Sharp. Hi, Nancy. I know, Rebecca, but we have to deal in reality. I don't know what they need. It's so upsetting. I Now, if there's anyone that's upset that I revealed the name, I don't know what to tell you. I think the nurses are entitled to know. It's newsworthy. I don't have any sympathy for this individual. You're violating his HIPAA. Excuse me. He's at the ACI. We pulled it right off the ACI. So enough of this BS in plain English. It is. There's Linda Daniels. Hi there. There's James Lathrop. I voted for you. Bethany, it is so heartbreaking. Ah, my goodness. So that's who it is. I see a little static on the right side of the screen. You gotta fix that. I'll get it. We'll get it straightened out. I kept everybody at DePetro.com a little bit over tonight. So, folks, we work weekends. We work Saturdays. Do I really have to check the others' websites? Yeah, that's right. That's right, Cassandra. Yeah, too bad. What is zero? And he's a no talent. He's not talented. Someone's paying for these videos. They're probably like, you know what? Whatever. Like it'll do something. Give him something to do. He had COVID. Maybe he didn't like that he had COVID. Maybe they said, no, you can't do that. You have COVID. Whatever. I don't even know. But there's someone. Thank you, Elizabeth, and I appreciate all the stars. They do, Jenny. Say the name again. It's on DePetro.com. Do I have to type that? I'll type it in. Sal. Oh. Does Sal mind if I mention the photo was taken in his former store? Was I not supposed to mention that? There we go. It is. Yes, we're the only ones that have it. Oh, well, the nurse is Scott Amaral. That's true. Yes. That's right, Christine. You can't imagine the number of people. Oh no, HIPAA, can't mention it. What do you? That's not what HIPAA is. That's not what HIPAA is. He may have killed someone. The charge may end up being a homicide. That's not what HIPAA is. By the way, let's take it a step further. There's doctor. Didn't you ever see Seinfeld with when what's his name? Bryan Cranston is the dentist. I mean, there are doctors that do things to patients that's not HIPAA. I don't know. I don't know these people that do that. Can someone? All right. I get that. I just said we're gonna fix it afterwards. All right. All right. Thank you, Roberta. Yeah. Thank you for the confirmation. We'll get it straightened out. I've been a little preoccupied all day. I see the static. Oh, yeah. What do you? Thank you, fucking Ray Charles. Yeah. No shit. Hi there, Barbie Joe. Yeah, I'm well aware of that. Let's focus on the positives. All right, we can fix this a little bit in the corner of the screen. Jesus Christ, very hard. Have to be aware. Hey, but this guy was a problem on the floor. This guy was a problem on the floor. So that's what I think. And here's where the hospital. Now, I'm not going to pick on the union. I'm not going to pick on the union. However, I did see that um oh, I get it. You're mentioning the static because I mentioned that Robin did a good job. This was put out to all the nurses. Stay away from the unit, let the staff do their job, respect the employee privacy, and hear this part. You can show your support, stop the line of privacy violations if you see it happening. So now listen, I'm not going to judge. They're in a very difficult situation and they have their members to deal with. But this should be a priority for security. Listen, I'll and I've already told the nurses and the staff, I'm ready. I have the bullhorn ready. We're ready to do a rally. I'll go to a protest. This is like a hill. This can't be a hiccup. I already get it. The hospital wants this. They won't release the name. They won't say the name of the nurse. They won't say, who did it. So I get that. But no, the doctors and the nurses, their safety and other patients, by the way. Okay, this was a nurse, could have been another patient. There is a problem within, and this part, I don't think we would ever get access to, and that would be communication. And I freely admit I am unfamiliar with how it works at Jane Brown and records requests. Normally, my experience has been in covering cases is the only way we might learn some of these things would unfortunately be possibly the union, but unfortunately would be if the family took legal action. Because otherwise, they cover it up. They cover it up. They do. So it's both. You can, it's like John or Jack. I mean, it's a nickname at this point. Are we really asking that question? That's all right. Thank you, Sharon. Um, all right. Maureen, like I'm aware of that. I'm talking about the rest of the media. Why do people insist on trying to like annoy me? I'm talking about it's not on Channel 10. It's not on Channel 12. It's not in the Journal. It's not in the Globe. I'm the only member of the media that has put it out there. And what do I see? Name of the nurse was released on Facebook. I didn't say it hasn't been anywhere. That's how I view it. Okay. My competitors, which are them. So that's where it comes to from that. Um, but that's who did it. And you can check on, yes, there is. And Denise Oliver, I have a link to that. I have a link to that on the story on DePietro.com. So where we have two stories up right now, folks, more information than anybody else. The name is posted on Facebook. But yeah, I'm effing aware of that. You can tell me I'm tired. 9:35 on a Saturday night. Hospital nurse attacked by patient remains in critical condition. As soon as we hear on that, there it is. There was story number one. Went up tonight. Has the person identified. Has what happened. Also has the link to that GoFundMe. And then we have the rapper who attacked the nurse at Rhode Island Hospital. There he is. So despicable, no talent, waste of life, who right now is in some kind, George Bauer from Hateville High School, total zero. There are two of his quote videos. Only reason I have it is so people can see, because I think it's important to gauge the size of the individual. Because as I have said, there was no weapon used. There was no weapon used in this attack. So let me be really clear, folks. Um, I'm well aware of, this isn't a HIPAA violation, as some people were saying. That's incorrect information. No, this is a major problem. They have a major problem. And furthermore, as I've been saying, what I believe, how I think, how I believe that they at Rhode Island Hospital certainly need to revisit um, exactly you know, how they're treating people. That I mean, if you don't have security, you can't have doctors and nurses, and furthermore, other patients. You can't have them looking over their shoulder. So I mean, what is that? They are totally stupid. No talent. No, you're exactly right, Renee. That is exactly right. Um, all right. I don't know why we're posting a link to HIPAA laws. We've already kind of dispelled that, but I'm not going to get into it. Okay. Well, but again, Cassandra, the whole point. First of all, he's not going to make any money off these videos. There's not enough views. Um, well, but there is an assault. Laura, you got to go to depetro.com, and I'm getting another unnecessary message. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Everybody's getting a little tired. Um, if you go to the if you go to the website depetro.com, then you can see that that there are, as I just mentioned, that there is in fact the charge, and it's a felony. And you see the two charges that stem from yesterday. It says 9/8. As far as I know, I'm telling you, Barbie Joe, so terrible. I don't know. You can't, it's like there's just no purpose on something like that. But you can see it measures up, and I want to be really clear. I mean, they haven't released this. I've been working on it. We've been trying to confirm it. I feel, I'm telling you, Bethany, especially read the story on DePetro.com, folks, and share the story. People should read it. It is, without question, it sure sounds like there were some red flags and other people that felt that It is. That Laura Brickley is exactly right. That is a specific charge. That's very true. And that could be coming. I mean that remember, just when something like this goes down, there could always be charges added. The first thing that had to do was the individual had to go to the psych ward at the ACI. So that sure seems like that would be, step number one would be to put that individual there, um, to get him out of there. So a lot of times when we've covered a lot of these cases that there's other charges that are then coming. But so, folks, it is a Saturday night, but very happy with um, the work that we put in with um, getting that, information out there for you. I think it's worth it. I think it's important. Um, and there were some individuals, for whatever reason, that were a little shy about putting it out there. I'm telling you, Doreen. And just so, like what a frightening, vicious, brutal um, attack and something like that to happen. And you look at the size of this guy, now it makes sense to me. This is one of those things, folks. Um, I'll rethink. I may end up doing screenshots of the videos because, like you, I don't want to support his stupid no talent videos, but I did want you to see the size. I may end up doing that. I may end up doing that because I wanted people to be able to. Thank you very much, Billy Manzo. Thank you. It's terrible, Rose. But as we've talked about, folks, lifespan, the hospitals, they spend money. They spend money with the television stations, who then stay away a little bit from some of the coverage. This Carmine, telling you, Kim. And if you read DePietro.com, he was already seen as a problem. Now think of this. If you're a problem, Jane Brown, light, let the fifth floor psych ward. Now, that's a special type of problem, right? You're not talking about someone that's giving a nurse a hard time. This is someone who's a problem in the psych ward. So, was having problems with the roommates, was known as a loose cannon. They were, leery of this individual. So, that part I wonder about. And then there's thank you, Steve Evans. There's certain things that we don't know. Is it possible that they've already taken? I mean, I don't want to start second guessing, but here's what we do. Yeah, it is. It shouldn't be that way. I'll admit, I don't know enough about. This is not. I'm not knocking hospital security. I mean, it is what it is. I've heard stories, overworked, some of them falling asleep, not the most qualified. Um, Thank you, Steve Pratt. The people who run the security, they can only do so much, right? They're former Providence police officers. No, it's my understanding that this stems from the hospital board. They like kind of a lax atmosphere. They don't want patients. Police make patients feel unsafe. That's the new word. I'm feeling unsafe. Um, Suddenly, so they feel like all a patient has to say is, the security's making me feel unsafe. And then suddenly, like, they have to get rid of them. It shouldn't work that way. But this individual, and here's a question. How did he even end up there? That we may never know. Now that's a HIPAA thing. The staff does not want the media there. That's right, Donna. You know, I've already learned, as luck would have it, I already got a nasty email that the next time Lifespan is doing a media buy, I should not count on getting. Hey, whatever. They don't spend money with me anyway. But see, they throw down the gauntlet with, the TV stations that I don't know. We don't know enough about it, Rose. We don't. The staff has to be safe. Hey, what if I don't know enough about the layout of it? Like, could he escape to another floor? Could he go somewhere else? I don't know that. I know they have video everywhere. Here's something else. I mentioned this earlier. Kayla, it's on DePietro.com. When you say what's his name, thank you, Ryan. By the way, Ryan, I am not, there will be no wash clothes until that washing machine is fixed. Um, when you say his name, I'm not being a wise guy, but there's two individuals we're talking about. You're talking about the nurse, and then you're talking about the person that attacked him. There is a full video of the attack. As horrible as that is, terrible, terrible. Yep. Hey, people deserve to know the truth. Hey, on top of that, well, I would imagine the people at the ACI can handle it. So, absolutely horrific. But can you imagine? I just think of how frightening and terrible that must have been for, well, Renee, not to get off. We've already established well, the Charlotte Lester case. We have talked about that. You're very welcome, Kathleen. Um, I don't know if she'll ever be found. Charlotte was the victim of a very violent assault. Very, very violent assault. So hi there, Kelly Sullivan. Wow. She was now listen, it's fifth floor of Jane Brown. I think I visited a relative in Jane Brown. I think so. Um, I don't remember. I think I was in Jane Brown. I think I had my appendix out in Jane Brown. I don't remember. My appendix was bursting. So I had to have my appendix out. I think I may have been in Jane Brown. Hey, maybe I was in the psych ward and didn't know it. No, I don't think that was it. There's Pam Sharp. Well, the video. I mean, there's no doubt about it. But it's so horrible. My God. Now you can imagine. I'm sure the security's monitored. I'm sure they were getting up there as fast as they possibly could. I heard, people he works with were performing CPR, but he coded 7 times. That's a lot of damage to the body. It is fifth floor. Okay. So I was there today, and I admit, folks, now I've been on this story now over 12 hours. Last night was the bomb scare in Warwick, and then I met with, by the way, I want to apologize to Tommy Bryan. I went to his dad's funeral. I did not have on a blazer. I didn't think I was going to be so long. I was meeting with people from the hospital this morning. I thought I'd go meet them for coffee, then go home, get dressed for the funeral, and then just go to the funeral. I couldn't interrupt them. I was getting a lot of information. It went long. I had to go to the funeral with no blazer. And I'll also admit, this had never happened before. I had two choices, either go to the funeral or I would have missed the funeral. I will say now, I'm not happy about this. I showed up at the funeral in shorts. Again, I had two options. Either go, I stood in the back. Go, or I wouldn't have made it. If I had to go home, never mind 95 is under construction. I want to apologize to the Bryan family. So, and I could tell some people, listen, my time was, I didn't realize it was, and then I left the funeral and then went back to the hospital area to get more information. I know. No, they have the full video of him. Yeah, it's something about, it happened outside the bathroom. Something, I think it may have started in the bathroom. I don't want to get bogged down in that. Someone said it happened in the bathroom. And you can imagine the bathroom floor is tile. That's hard. Then someone else, a better source, said, no, it was outside the bathroom. So I don't know if it started in the bathroom or I don't know how the bathroom was involved. I've never done that before. I know. Again, you got to understand the people I was meeting with before the funeral were wildly emotional, telling me what happened. So I couldn't just say, hey, I gotta, so I'm looking at the time. I said, if I don't leave right now, then I'm not going to make it to the funeral. But then I couldn't go home and change and then go back. So I normally keep a blazer in my car. I don't know why I didn't have a blazer in my car. But anyhow, I know. I don't know. The shorts are unforgivable. The bathrooms are super tiny. Okay, I did. It was important to be there. There's a lot of new info. There's Jane Rice. I was worried about Jane. I thought Jane was upset. I hope not, Jane. But Jane's comment actually sparked me to go live earlier when she said, hopefully, speedy recovery. All right. I do want to, did I mention again? Um, I do have that information. Yep, he does have that. Yeah. I do have that information, Steve. I could post it. I sometimes wonder, I don't want to put too much information. And as I look at that, he was he was he was simple assault and battery. So it was simple assault and battery. So, and there was a bench warrant, and so he was in trouble, I think at the end of, we're looking at November. I could post it. Thank you for that. We have a lot. I was trying to get it up, and then that does have his address on Charleston. You never know though of where exactly they live, but I appreciate that, Steve. That's helpful. Again, I want to thank Bethany Carlo, who's very very helpful. So um, again, folks, there's a lot of new information. I didn't realize that, Felicia. Yes. All right. There's Steve. There's a lot of information that's on the website, dpetro.com. And I have links. I have links on this Facebook page so you could get them as well. So we've provided a lot, and I'm very confident you have more information now than you have from anybody else, that's for sure. And um, and so now that is terrible, Robert. I hate hearing that. Hmm. I don't like hearing that at all. No, no, no. See, that's why I didn't put it, Doreen. See, then people start confusing it. That's why I didn't put it. The simple assault was from the November situation. See, I didn't put it. That's why I didn't put it. No, this was a felony assault. Doreen, it's on the website, depetro.com. It's on the website, depetro.com. And so, no, I did not. That's right, T-Wo. No, I don't own one. All right, and there's Ann. Felicia, I mean, again, I think people understand, and I do appreciate all the support, folks. We first and accurate, and you're going to get more information. As much as people, and even the Coventry, the Coventry arrest of that Pawtucket police officer. Um, it's it's really the rest of the media. I mean, you really read that Pawtucket police officer, separate story, but you read that police log. I mean, the police report. He was threatening he was going to shoot and kill the Pawtucket police officers. So, no, see, they're going off. I was mentioning how he got arrested in November. That's what it's from. So, and I didn't post it. Now I'm glad I didn't, because then people start to get confused. That's right, Doris. It is so terrible. And I have been like everyone else, upset about hearing about this yesterday and this poor man. And then well, here's the thing, Michelle. It was a prior arrest. Thank you, Pam. He has been, Jen. He has been, as a matter of fact. Um, thank you very much, Robin. Here's the thing is I still think they'll hide some info, but no, it was upsetting to hear about yesterday, and then it was when I was with the people today and learning about it, then I became upset hearing about it, and then I become consumed about it. So we've been on a mission, and then we went on live earlier, and I still didn't have the name, but I'm like, I'm going to get the name. This is crazy. And so we've been working on it, and we have it. Lynn, it is on the website, depetro.com. Again, can we have his name? Folks, do you see how people then get confused? So we get people confused. When you put, can we have his name? We don't know if you're talking about the nurse, or we don't know if you're talking about the person that committed that. That's right, George Bauer. That's the person that committed that. So folks, again, it's 9:55. It's been a very eventful Saturday night. Now, if something happens, we'll still go out do live coverage. I don't think so. But in the meantime, I want to thank everybody. Remember, you can support the page. You can follow the page. Thank you for all the stars. That's what makes it happen. That's what makes it happen. Once again, though, visit the website, read both stories. There's 2 stories, and all the stories are there. And folks, you've been watching very special Saturday night edition, first one on the scene live stream with the Rhode Island Hospital situation.